Hey guys, it's Amanda from Amanda Loves Animals, and today's video is going to be all about molting. I'm going to discuss the stages of molting, signs that your crab is going to molt, and other facts. So the first stage of molting is pre-molting, and they're actually still above the substrate. So the molting process starts even before they go underground. And this is when you'll start to see those gel limbs appear, like the little clear pockets where limbs have fallen off. The new exoskeleton is going to begin to form under the old one, and this is when your crab is actively storing all that food and water. And signs that your crab is going to molt at this point would be excessive digging, excessive time spent in the fresh and saltwater dish, changing into smaller shells, and their activity is probably going to decline. The next stage is actually the molt. And this is when they're actively shedding the exoskeleton underground, hopefully, unless they're unfortunately land molting, which I will do another video about land molting. The salts and water are used to push out the exoskeleton. So they kind of have this thing called hemolymph, and it's basically like our blood. So that's going to be pushing like blood pressure almost, and that's what cracks the exoskeleton. The next stage is post-molt, and this is when the molted crab is going to be eating back the exoskeleton to regain all those minerals and salt and all that kind of stuff. This is also when they're going to harden up and regain that mobility. The next stage is intermolt, and that's basically just the time between that molt and the next molt. They're bulking up and the calcium and minerals are being restored, and usually after a molt, a crab will spend a lot of time in the food dishes and water dishes. I'm also going to talk about what a crab looks like after they've molted. So they're going to be pretty hairy looking. They're going to have that black pointed tip on the edges. Their eyes are going to be really clear. Their exoskeleton is going to be really hard and really bright usually, with like those little dots everywhere, you know, that kind of stuff. And they're just going to look really healthy. Also, if your crab had lost a limb, it may not be fully grown back yet. Sometimes they can be fully grown, but it might take a few molts depending on the size of the crab. Like I know Cricket lost his big claw during a molt, so he kind of has like a little miniature big claw right now, and his next molt it will get bigger. So it might take a few molts for bigger crabs to gain back their limbs completely. Smaller crabs generally take less amount of time than a bigger crab does, but crabs can molt for as long as 2 to 3 weeks to 2 to 3 months. And every crab usually molts at least every year to 18 months. People say sometimes smaller crabs molt more frequently than bigger crabs, and that can be true. Some people move their crabs into an ISO tank when they see them digging or they see them storing lots of water in their shells and stuff. I don't do that. I find that it stresses them out, and like I know people want them alone so other crabs don't bother them, and I have had issues where crabs do bump into each other while molting, and there have been issues, but I feel like it just stresses the crab out more putting them in a different tank, and you should just let them do their natural thing. So this was a video all about molting. I hope you guys gained some knowledge. If you have any questions about molting, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.